Resting edition of the program Forest Hour. Forest Hour is brought to you by the Liberia Forest Media Watch with sponsorship from the European Union through the French Development Agency and Simempo in Finland. Today is the 21st of August 2025. My name is Matthias Labindi and I'm here with my colleague Joy Madie Moore. Every time we plan to host the program every Thursday, from Monday to Wednesday, we brainstorm on issues that we can bring on the show so that we can discuss with you and you members of the public you can join the conversation. Guess what? One issue keeps dominating. You know what that is? Burkinabe's encroachment of our forest. Today,
a message from beautiful place.
We are going to southeastern Liberia again. This whole thing about Burkinabe is no longer just Grenji that has been affected. I know that Nimba County is affected. They are now in parts of Bapolo County. But one organization called J-Blocon Development Association. Blessing is laughing. I like traditional names, so that's why I'm pronouncing it phonetically. Yeah. J-Blocon Development Association in River G County resisted the people. We are informed that these people came under a syndicate of human trafficking. But in disguise, they actually wanted to take about 50 acres of land in that area so that they can engage into cocoa farming. But JDA said no, it is not going to sit there supinely and watch these people do that kind of thing to their community. So they chased them away from the Putupo district, something like that. I'm going to get that correctly. Yeah, somewhere in River G County. They said no, we don't want these people around here. But even the ones that are here, they're not going to leave like that. So they reported them to the Liberia Immigration Service. At the moment, we do not know how many of the Burkinabes are undergoing investigation by the LRS. But the Secretary General of the J-Blocon Development Association, Mr. Alpha Wise, is going to be our guest this afternoon. He's going to be joining us shortly in the studio. Also on the line, several sons and daughters of River G are listening. Now, Julius said he's from Maryland, right? So he shares border with River G. I think it concerns him. You know, Julius has this idea that he suggested to me, and I thought to share this afternoon. He said, Matthias, I mean, this whole thing about Burkinabes, what if government turned them into workers, into government farm workers? Now, does government have farm in Liberia? Do you know of any government farm? I mean, that sounds a little brilliant. It sounds brilliant, though. I mean, if government were involved into farming activities, and you say, well, Burkinabes, instead of you coming here and going all over the place and choosing wherever you want to operate, we will regulate you now. Come here. We'll take you to the Wologisi Mountain. That's where we're farming. We'll hire your services.
Right.
Yeah, that's where we're farming. So we hire your services. You come and do your farm. We pay you. If you want produce, we'll give you produce. If you don't want produce, you want cash, we'll give you cash. But the people don't want that. They want to involve into cash crops farming. That's cocoa. We'll be right back after this break.
Our animal are unique to the world. The forest make it rain. The forest protect us. The forest is the home of our wildlife. The forest make Liberia rich. Let's keep our forest alive so that we can stay alive. Liberians, what do we have to show when we give the forest away? My people, what see we will get to? What will we benefit when we sell our forest? Liberians, don't destroy the forest. What do we have to show when we give the forest away? What do we have to show when we break it down? What will we benefit when we sell our forest? How our children will live without the forest.
Joy, you know one thing, I don't know who this lady is, whoever crafted, okay, it is Paul Kane. Let me not be looking around who wrote the script. It is Paul that wrote the script for this song. And you know, very brilliant boss we have in Paul Kane. Very brilliant team, Bernice Chipoto, the media reporting officer of the Liberia Forest Media Watch, Bole Kane, the Amin officer, very, hardworking fellow, Yala Dobo, our finance officer.
It may close to my heart.
Close to your heart. That's the guy that will request for every little receipt.
Yes.
Don't try him.
Don't try it.
They're very crack. We have a crack team at the Liberia Forest Media Watch. The reason I'm emphasizing this is that the question she's asking, all right, Joy, there are rhetorical questions that people will ask you. They will leave you pondering over certain things.
Yeah.
How our children will live when we give the forest away. Have you thought about that, Joy?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Definitely they will not make it well, because the last time I said something about the forest being the lungs of the earth. Right. So if you destroy the lungs, you already know what will happen.
Yeah.
There'll be no more life as in life.
For those of us who are lovers of music, there's this guy from Nigeria called Omale. He said the doctor said he burst his liver.
Burned his liver.
He burned his liver, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because he'd been smoking
Training.
and drinking. He'd been drinking and smoking cigar. So what actions are we taking against the forest, which is the lungs of the earth? We are involved into pit sawing. We are involved into illegal logging.
Exactly.
We are involved into uncontrollable farming, activities. Now, with the multitude. Now, I just got the data. Paul just sent me a message that the Burkinabe population has increased from 40,000 to 48,000 people.
Yes, I saw that.
Imagine that. That is more than
And
a whole district.
they're still counting.
They're still counting because they've not actually gotten all the total number of people.
And I was even shocked that Grant, the superintendent for Grant, they came up and said, we are going to stop the counting. Just imagine within a short time.
Yeah, he has already counted about 40,000 people.
After the 40,000, it was like, we're going to stop the counting and blah, blah, blah. It was just, I think yesterday that this other result was dropped in the group chat about 8 more thousand being added to the 40,000.
Right.
So if you stop the counting, what will happen to the other Burkinabes that are not being counted or are not being counted?
Right. And that's a serious one, Joy. Do you have something for us? Let's just take it from there because...
Yeah, I don't think I have something, but I'll just...
But I think what you've just mentioned, that is a very great tip, that we should not give the forest. If we destroy the forest is the lungs of the earth, and if we do not protect the forest, then it becomes a problem for us.
Yes.
In the past, yeah.
I think I did not understand what I was saying by saying the forest is the lungs. Now I understand from the air aspect, Matthias Labendi.
Right.
So the lungs has something to do with breathing. Right. So the forest help us with oxygen.
Right.
And we give it carbon dioxide. It's an exchange.
Right.
So it has something to do with the air and the lungs. So now I understand. At first I was just like, okay, we just needed to live. I didn't really capture what I was saying then.
Right. So you said it brilliantly. Just excuse our guests to have that seat.
That's not what.
Right. Absolutely. Joy. But on a serious note, though, it's good that we have Mr. Wiesett here. Alpha Wiesett is the Secretary General of the. I like this group. When you have, Joy, you read a book called Things Fall Apart, right? All right, I know you did, and many of us who are exactly high school, you must have touched certain parts of certain literary works. I think this is yours.
Okay, yes, it is.
You must have touched certain literary works. The reason why our parents will send us to school, it is because they want us to come back and bring civilization in a certain way in that community. So this group called JBLOCON, is it? Yeah, it's called, okay, Mr. Wiesett. JBLOCON Development Association. They're saying, no, listen, we can be educated people sitting in this place. We're hearing about Burkinabes in Grand Jide.
In Nimba.
We're hearing about Burkinabes in Nimba.
River says.
We're hearing Burkinabes now extending to as close as Bapuru is to Monrovia, to Montserrado.
I mentioned it the last time. I said pretty soon we'll see these people walking in our streets of Monrovia.
Of course.
They will start
the guys
dwelling
are saying,
with us here.
okay, listen, we got information. And I think we should go beyond organizing, having organizations that will just be engaged into talking. Talking is not all about intellectualism. Define the word intellectual. An intellectual is someone with the capacity to analyze.
Right.
All right? So when you sit down, you analyze a situation, you don't just engage into talking. You can engage several ways. By writing, by engaging relevant authorities. So the Job Locon,
By even acting.
I hope I'm not blowing the guys' horns too much.
I know you like country names, so I don't
Yeah,
have a
so
problem
the
with
Job
that.
Locon guy said, no, listen, we've analyzed the situation, we have assessed the situation. These people they're humans. But in as much as they're human, that does not mean it's just going to come here. In fact, okay, they are from Potupo district in River G County, right? Potupo district. So that's the name I was trying to find. Let's introduce our guest, Mr. Wise. Good afternoon and welcome to Forest Hour. This is your debut appearance as guest.
Absolutely.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you. You're the secretary, the all-powerful secretary general of the Job Locon Development Association.
You're right.
Give us a little history of your organization before we get into the nitty-gritty of what you're here for.
Okay. So,
Okay, just a moment, Mr. Wise. Joy will have to let the public know because usually we like to extend the coverage. OKFM does not cover the entire country, so there are stations that aid us in the process of extending or amplifying our voices.
I thought you wanted to take one of my jobs from me.
I'm sorry about that, Joy.
Okay, as usual, we have the Alternative Youth Radio that is in Isosalofa County. We have the Voice of Apollo that is in the Popolo City. We have Liberty Radio in the Greenville, Sano County. Radio Halengi that is in the Golahon District. And the Riverside Broadcasting Service that is in the Riverside County. These are the stations that are relaying this program. So when you're out there in these various counties, these are the mains, or this is the main that you can get in touch with the program. I mean, it doesn't always have to be the internet.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
We hope that if I had communicated with Mr. Wise earlier, maybe he would have, engaged with the Voice of River G. I don't know whether my man Zico Dadia is still on the radio.
No,
He left there. He retired now.
Zico is not alive. He passed.
Oh my God! Okay. Heartbroken. So sorry. Okay, welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay, so to give you the background of the Job Locon Development Association, it's a community development organization established some decades back with the purpose of advancing socio-economic intervention in the lives of our people in Joburg. And
Is Job Locon, is it a town or a village?
yeah, okay, so Joburg is a town within the Potupo district of River G County,
Okay.
and
Is it a big town? A town of how many villages?
it has surrounding villages.
Okay.
The principal town is Joburg, and then it has subsidiaries villages
Right.
like Sekin, like Call Town,
Okay.
and the surrounding villages and towns in the area.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Joburg Development Association is, like I said previously, it's a community-based organization established some decades back to provide assistance to our people, which cut across education, health, water, and sanitation, agriculture, and etc. So, in years back, following its establishment, the organization JDA, as we call it by acronym,
Right.
is still after the town Joburg, so it's called Joburg Development Association. So at certain time, it got less active because some of the key members and prominent citizens, you know that sometimes people seek economic opportunities and education advancement
Right.
in the urban area, like in Monrovia or some, were able to go to the diaspora in the U.S. and Europe. So during those periods, the JDA felt a little less active. So after a certain time, citizens of the town and those in the diaspora and even in Monrovia and its environment decided to revitalize the organization.
Right.
So by doing so, a new leadership was established where I serve as Secretary General. And then you have T. Desindom Jr., who is the president of the Monrovia chapter. We have several chapters.
Okay.
We have the USA chapter that is headed by one Harry Chopi Chopley. in New Jersey, and then you have the local chapters that is based in River GSF, in Fixtowns and in Juproken itself. So we decided to revitalize and have the new structures in terms of leadership, and then we started to pool our resources together by demonstrating commitment through the membership paying their local dues, and ultimately we were able to make several interventions in the lives of our people, such as providing education assistance, paying tuition for our students in the public school in Juproken, and also providing stamping for volunteer teachers who were not on the payroll of government.
Wow.
But we felt that it was very imperative because our children, our students in the town there, because the Juproken Public School is a very old school that has been there for more than 50 years or so. So we felt that it was very important that we make intervention. So we have made several interventions in the lives of our people and the community.
That's very massive. I mean, it's good to hear, Joy. You want to ask?
Yes, I just want to know how old is the JDA?
JD is more than 5 decades. Yes.
Okay, talking close.
10 years each.
Right.
Okay.
More than 50 years.
More than 50 years now. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, Mr. Wiese, one thing that I kept on listening to you and nodding my head in acceptance, to a lot of things you were saying is that I think that's why I said earlier that intellectualism is not all about talking.
Right.
In Monrovia, one thing that's popular here is that, no disrespect to intellectuals here, don't get me wrong, is that most times when someone pick up a phone and calls on the talk show, they consider themselves intellectuals. This, for me, it is a demonstration of high capacity of intellectualism by the JDA. I must commend you guys for that.
Thank you so
That you
much.
can go back to your community and say, you know what, well, we've graduated. We know the importance of education. The government cannot do it all, so we will ensure we keep the teachers in the classroom, give them something. All right.
Let the children learn.
Let the children learn. We will retire someday and go. Mr. Wiese had to hurriedly leave his office. He thought that the show would have been held on Sky, because when they hear Matthias, they know it's Sky. Honestly. So he was stuck somewhere on Broad Street. He still had to hurry to come. I mean, thank you so much, man. You guys are doing well. Thanks
and Matthias, one thing that is very exceptional is JDA membership in the U.S. Imagine some of those people who have been in the U.S., have been there for, some of them have been there for like 3, 4, 5 decades. And literally, it doesn't mean that they will have to come back to go to Juproken to stay there.
Right.
But they are so much concerned about the well-being of their people, by making significant contribution in the lives of the people, even
through the organization.
Through the organization, yes.
Okay.
So that is very exceptional.
And how many countries is the JDA in?
The members.
Yeah, I mean, like,
around the
do
world.
they have branches around the world?
Yeah. The JDA principally has 3 chapters. The USA, and then you have the Moravia chapter and the support and the environment. The environs, and then you have JDA, the local branch itself in Ribuji, in Fixtowns, and Juproken itself.
Right.
And then for those in Europe, we might have just a couple of people in Europe. So our concern principally is those in the US, where we have a very huge number of JDA citizens.
Do you have partnership with any organization or civil society?
Yeah, we do have partnership with organizations, because these civil society groups, get stronger, when they build, relationship with other people. So yes, we believe in building relationship with other organizations by which we get recognitions and get support and all of that.
Okay. Mr. Dixon, is a forward-thinking man. He's been on my back, regarding this show. Every time he would reach out, Matthias, when are we coming? Okay. Last week, I had a commit. Okay, you know what? Next Thursday is the JDA.
Absolutely.
Let's get into why you're here. Given the background you've provided, I know my audience now, they have no doubt why you stopped certain people from intruding in your environment. Because this is a group of intellectuals. These are not just talking people, they are writing people. They sent me, yes, action people. They sent me a document about, a write-up of about 6 to 7 paragraphs backgrounding the entire Burkinabe situation in Grand Jide County. There's no way you can resist hosting such a people, because these are people that know their story.
Yes.
They told their story in writing. When I read it, I said, wow, this is one of the brilliant groups I've interacted with, that they've given me a picture of what as you expect when they are given an opportunity to appear. In 2010, the history goes way back 2010. Give us information. Tell your story. Let's hear you, sir.
All right. So the JDA, Morovia, and USA got captivated by an emerging development regarding the occupations of Burkinabes in our counties and precisely in our districts and in our town,
Right.
in our community forests. And that was brought to our attention by some many citizens of our town who felt that the issue of land is a real property. So in order to get involved in doing land transactions, it required legal framework. So a gentleman who, by the name of Allison, is an in-law of the town because he married to a lady who is from our town, from Joproken, but then he communes between Liberia and Cote d'Ivoire. So Allison had gone to our town and took a loan 5 Burkinabes that he was interested to establish cocoa farm, so that he could create opportunity for our people and all of that. So when he shared the knowledge with the people, they felt that it was a good idea, and then they accepted that. So, but what they did not know in detail was that Allison decided to bring Burkinabe incrementally into Joproken. The first batch that arrived, had 5 persons, and then the second batch came at 10 persons, and then that number grew up to 25. So the information was that they wanted to have, partnership with the people. For example, if you have 100 acres of land, the Burkinabe, they are going to provide the labor, and the expertise, to develop the farm.
Right.
So they demanded that they will have 60% of the 100 acres, and then you, the community person,
the owner.
the owner of the land, will have 40. So that was the impressions and the information provided to the people. So we got the information and felt that, look, we heard a lot of story. In fact, the issue of Burkinabe invading Liberia forest is issue of national concern. The issue has permeated our country through the media landscape. It's an issue that's been discussed everywhere in Liberia through various media outlets. So when we got the information, we decided to send a delegation to our county, to our town. First, we held teleconferences a couple of times with those in the U.S. and we in Morovia and those on ground in River G. So amidst all of those things, there were people on the ground who resisted that they were not in support of that because in the end, in the foreseeable futures, the people would have lost the land to foreigners.
Right.
Yes. It doesn't mean that the people of Joproken or even River G or even Liberian people, we are now xenophobic. We embrace people. We are very friendly people. But in order to do business in Liberia, require legal process, such as if you want to get involved into agriculture, you have to go through the process. Right. Especially when you are now in Liberia, you got to obtain a lot of legal papers in terms of being allowed to live in Liberia, and then having a permit to work in Liberia. All of those things require processes that require.
Right.
So we dug deeper into that and realized that they were not even registered people that came in our town.
Right.
We dispatched a delegation that went there, and eventually there was a memorandum that was carved, and the memorandum, people's signatures were allegedly forged,
Memorandum between who?
between the Burkinabes and the few people,
Citizens
yeah,
of Joproken.
yeah, who were in support of that. So when we sent a delegation, then there was a very huge meeting that was held in the center of the town. We had a teleconference, those in the U.S. and we here in Morovia, and those on ground, in our town. We had a teleconference. There was very heated arguments and and disagreement. There was discontentment among the people.
Among your
Even those on ground, that some of the people said that they were not aware that the signature were forged on the people.
But were there people in acceptance of this agreement?
Yeah, there were people who were accepting of. There were people who were in acceptance of the agreement. Yes,
Okay.
sure. Yeah. So on the basis of that, we gathered information and we realized we had a meeting. After the delegation returned to Morovia, realized that that deal could not be allowed to continue. So we decided to now start to engage local government and central government through our county caucus in the legislature, to see that those people, get out of our land and our forests.
So did you succeed in getting them out? Because the information I got have it that some of them were turned over to the LRS and they were being investigated.
Yes, we succeeded in getting it out, but it was a very difficult thing because initially when we raised the red flag, when we raised the issue, the local government headed by the superintendent Mark Swangbert dispatched a delegation, LRS and police people who had gone there to see who were those people. So they were taken to, after they were probed, and then they were taken to Fixtown, for interrogation, for investigations, and then it was realized that they were not in possession of any legal people, to do business in Liberia. So we were concerned about protecting our heritage, our land, and on the other side, the government too was concerned about, are these people, legal residents in our country?
So here's where I'm getting the whole thing now. Okay, now your concern is protecting the land, and then you used your situation to expose them to the government.
Absolutely.
Now, government, are you aware that strangers try to, live among us?
Absolutely.
Do you know them? Have you documented them?
Absolutely.
So this exposure made government
unveil a lot of things here. So
okay.
So the government said, no, but these people do not have legal people to even, do any business in Liberia.
It made your fight very easy.
Yes, absolutely. Because the fact is that Liberia is a member of ECOWAS.
Right.
And ECOWAS protocol requires free movement of its citizens in the sub-region for trade.
You can just chase them away like that.
Yes. But let's put aside the fact that the original country, Burkina Faso, I don't know whether they have filed a re-application to, because I learned that they requested to leave ECOWAS. Yes, there was an application by the junta in Burkina Faso, Ouagadougou, that they were not interested to be part of ECOWAS. But what I'm saying is that be it as it may, we still take them to be in the ECOWAS.
Our brothers and sisters.
Yeah, our brothers and sisters. But also our concern was that, do these people have in their possession legal people?
That tomorrow should any of them cause problem here,
exactly,
we can report them somewhere and government knows them.
No, yeah.
Especially the way they were brought into the town. The first consignment or the first batch of people that arrived were
from 5 to 10, 10 to 25.
25, and so gradually, So we want to extol the local government for the support. We also want to extol the county legislative caucus, because we had a meeting, with one of the representatives, especially the honorable gentleman who represents District 2, where our town is, and our district is. Right. Representative Abi, we had a meeting with us, and then we concluded that we could not condone that. So
they have left your community.
Yes, they were taken out of Juproken. I think they are in fixed time, but they have been placed on surveillance.
Now, Mr. Wise, this kind of fight, it's a collective effort, and I know I'm hearing you giving credit to the local authority. What was the reaction like from your people, ordinary people, those ones with the vast land? If you think that you live in Monrovia, you're rich, you have money, you have one lot of land, visit the rural area and see the old man who's sitting under that kitchen telling you that he has 150 acres of land. Yeah. Then you're going to know that you're just a man squatting in Monrovia. You're just a baby to him. Baby. These people with the vast lands that have not been cultivated, what was their reaction like? Did they demonstrate some level of apprehension to the decision of their educated sons and daughters that said, hey, no, we don't want this thing. This is going to affect us in the long run? What was it like? Was it a collective fight, or there were some people saying, no, I don't like it? But in a way, finally,
there were people who did not like our intervention.
Okay.
Because what we see in terms of the future, they probably do not see that.
But you made them to understand.
We made them to understand.
Good.
But we were kind of extrapolating what would be the outcome if these people are allowed to take possession of land. For example, we're talking about 500 acres of land. They were asking for 500 acres of land. So what happened if you give them 300 and you take 200? And gradually, because
even the agreement 60-40, that wasn't too fair to the community.
Yes,
yeah. So yes, there were people who went against the interventions that we made. As a matter of fact, I think you heard about a couple of people who were incarcerated by the local government in Fixtown, because when these people were taken to Fixtown, they were in custody of the government, and yet you have the clown chief, and then you had the clerk in the office of the paramount chief, and then you had the quarter chief. So those people said, can we allow these people to go back to Joburg so that probably we can stand for them. They can go back to Joburg and take their belongings, you know. So the LIS and the police asked them repeatedly whether they were going to ensure that they are brought back to fixed time, and they said yes, they could have done that. So, but they went back to Joburg, the Burkinabes, along with the local
To collect their belongings.
Yes, collect their belongings. In the process, the time that was shown for them to have taken them back, they could not take them back. So when the government, you know, made an inquiry, you know, where are these people? And they said they fled in the forest, in the jungle.
And that's how they settle. That's
Yeah.
how they settle in Grungy there.
Yeah.
Right.
So they fled in the forest, in the jungle. So eventually, the local government got angry and said, "But you stood for them." So if
So
you ever
produce
heard,
them.
if you ever heard that they were incarcerated for a couple of days, that was the reason. So
You should have reported earlier.
yeah, so they were incarcerated for a couple of days. I know that our people did not like the idea that their sons, you know, were jailed, but we have been fighting for their safety, you know, for their well-being, for their livelihood. You know, people depend on the forest for their livelihood.
How is life in Jobloken? All right, you know, admit the situation of Burkinabes wanting to come into the area, engage into business discussion with your people, but in a very inconsiderate way. That you give me 60% of your forest. Let's discuss 100 or 500 acres of land. Out of the 500 acres of land, I'm going to take 60%. This is the most unreasonable
Very much
business
has.
negotiation I've heard in a long while.
Absolutely.
I'll take 60% of your forest that you've protected over the years. I'll give you 40%. You've succeeded in, you know, getting these people out. Now give me a picture of the kind of life your people live. Where I come from, either we tap palm wine, we make our farms, red oil. We make our little gardens. We go to my house right now.
Must palm wine be the first thing you mentioned?
Yeah, my grandfather was a palm wine tapper. Joy, don't fight me now. So you know, so everywhere we live, you see a sign like this guy's a kissy man. He's a farmer. You can see even where I live right now, I have water green at the back of my house. How do your people live? How do they survive? What are some means of survival they have?
Well, our story is similar.
Okay.
In the sense that bulk of our people live through subsistence farming.
Okay.
You know, it means that they farm here at a small scale level because they do not have the resources, they do not have the machinery, you know, to expand, you know, their farming activity. So yes, our people in Joburg can, you know, go through similar situations. They are subsistence farmers. Yes, they tap palm wine. Yes, they make red oil, you know, for survival. You know, but we are concerned. We have been, you know, demonstrating concern, and thankfully, with the new administration headed by His Excellency President Joseph Nyaman Boycott, we believe that there are prospects. You know, the government exploring the opportunities, you know, in every regions and area, you know, so that the people can have brief disaster relief in terms of investment. So yes, they are involved in subsistence farming and tapping palm wine for livelihood and all of those things. But that should not be the basis of mortgaging, you know, their heritage.
Absolutely.
Yes.
What is the long-term? What are some long-term opportunities that you explain to them that the forest possess, that you convince them to say, you know what, you may not know what you have now, but give us a moment. Let's understand each other. Let us not engage into this devilish agreement with the Burkinabes. They will deplete the forest. They will cause deforestation in this environment. But in the future, this is how we're going to benefit. What did you tell them?
All right. So naturally, the forest has a huge potential.
Right.
You know, the forest has resources. The forest is imbued with biodiversity. You know, where our animals and different species, you know, live. And the forest also provide relief in terms of climate change, as we see today, that is very prevalent in the world. You know, so when you have people, you know, deforesting an area, you know, that going to expose the surrounding villages and towns to danger, to natural disaster. You know, as much that our people, you know, must have, you know, a means of, you know, earning livelihood, but we are concerned about sustainable process, that will provide immense, economic relief for our people, not to have people coming from different countries who are naively permitted to do so, to go into the forest and say, we take 60%, you take 40%. We feel that, that is not sustainable, and we feel that in the future they are going to lose, all of the area that they have.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and get susceptible to, being probably losing their area. So,
right.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Mr. Wise. Alpha Wise is the Secretary General of JDA. JDA is the Jablocon Development Association. Is in Putupo
District.
Yeah, Putupo District in Riverview County. I don't know whether I can tell one of the pristine stories I've told so far regarding Burkina Faso is this one, where a community sat down without violence, without harboring these people for a long time. Listen, we are educated people. We're not going to say it. We're not going to tell you we're educated about saying it, but we're going to tell you we're educated about acting it, about demonstrating
Definitely.
it. We're going to apply professional means to get you out of
We
here.
know the law. We know what we stand for.
Exactly. First of all, government, we get some people here, you know about them?
No.
Government say, no,
Okay,
okay,
but
man,
yeah.
thank you for exposing them. I like the approach.
Yeah.
Very smooth. Those ones that ran away in the jungles, so help me God, they should not be, encountered one day by some of the sons and daughters of that environment.
Especially the ones that their children are being jailed.
Exactly.
No. Those who fly in the jungle, that was the information reported by the local chiefs.
Okay.
Who were in support of the Burkina Faso.
Were they rearrested?
They were rearrested.
Okay, that's a great one.
No, rearrested.
So you clear them up.
Yeah.
Mr. Dixon, I don't know whether you're there, you're following the program, but I would really love that you're calling to participate. We have 16 minutes to 5 o'clock. Julius acted like today he's a time-conscious guy, but I'm still going to borrow some time from him.
Definitely.
Absolutely. But he left actually 3 minutes after 4. So I remember that. Call us now on the numbers 0777 700 905. Oh, the phones are still off. 0777 700 905, 0555 905 905 are the numbers you can call us on to participate on the program Forest Hour. Do you like the story? I know you do.
This is not one of the stories that will come yelling on the microphone and too emotional. We're just so happy today.
This is too nerves calming. For
I
me,
was like-
it's nerves calming because Mr. Wiza himself is from the way he's telling the stories. It isn't one story I have to sweat to tell. I'm
Like
just here
a
to report.
storyteller.
I'm
And
just
on the little tree with the almond, just
exactly.
relaxing and
I'm just here to report to Matthias and his team that this is what we have done. We hope that other communities
And we are
can
hoping to do
emulate.
more.
Yes, can emulate our example in that so that they can clear their forest. Let's hear from this first person. Just walk away from the monitor. Good afternoon.
Hello, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Welcome, sir.
Okay, I'm Lawrence Cassell.
Mr. Cassell, go ahead.
You see, there's an opportunity for a new group of people that enter Liberia. You see, it's something like the Fula people coming over and taking over the whole of Liberia with business. You go down waterside, you will see only Fula people all on the side will occupy all the stools. There's no Liberia.
Babe,
So we shouldn't drive the people away. We should talk to them, the government, send the government coming on with planning and doing other things. We should use them. So, don't drive them away. Set up a team
Okay,
that
we
will
should-
use the people.
we should use them into government farming activities.
So,
Okay,
it's necessary.
thank you, sir. Let's hear from this other person. Hello.
Good afternoon, my dear brother.
Fine, thank you. Welcome, sir.
This is Mr. Freeman TV from Marshall.
Let's hear you, sir.
I've been following this show, but I've been unfortunate to call. But however, thank God I've been through today.
Welcome.
But the issue with Burkina Faso, it really drawing my attention every hour a day at OKFM when I open the radio station. It's about Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso. It's a threat to our country. Seriously. It sounds simple. The same way war in Tobutu. That people who are looking at it down there so. It appears simple. You're talking with sweet talk, laughing. You find one other one. That is very serious.
What we'll do now?
It's very, very
We
serious,
didn't
my
use
brother.
violence,
You see
my
that-
brother.
That's what I done. And not only so easting. If you look at it, if you look back to the incident that took place in the country, the war that took place between the southeastern and the Nimadian. It's a serious thing. Like how is that? It comes with small, big by big, end of the day, it just for everybody more in the country. Burkina, is that like Guinea or Africa or Sierra Leone across for Burkina Faso, they are very much trouble. Like if you look at Nigeria, the Boko Haram, how they entering people, how they enter.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Serious. You're talking a the government need to really do something.
Okay, thank you. For us, we are storytellers. If you
we improve.
If you read literature, brother, look, there's one great, poet. He died. I think from Kenya. Wa Ntiango. This man wrote stories, transformed lives. That he will be telling you that people are dying, but you'll be reading and be smiling and be crying at the same time. I don't know whether you read a Beowulf, but maybe.
I have not.
All right. Well, let's hear from this one. Hello.
Hello.
Let's hear you, sir.
Okay, thank you to your studio guest. I'm Bolton Teacher from River G County.
Oh.
Welcome from River G.
Yeah. Let me actually praise the Geographical Development Association for the job that was handled professionally. There was no brutal, no taking somebody fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And they went through the process neatly.
Mm-hmm.
And so the thing is that the Burkina Faso are trying to overtake the Southeastern. In Grand Jada, we heard that in fact they were fighting among themselves, chopping each other. As this thing happened, it's a signal for a future. Our friends, and we are far-sighted. Because at the end of the day, these people will take our land and will not have place for our children.
Mm.
This is the issue that even occur in the Ivory Coast when they and the Ivorian got into that land clashes. Because when the same method giving forests do this, I gave you this, they planted, then they have their life peace. So anybody that is even interested, any of the Burkina Faso that come into this country legally with documents, and if you have your own personal land, pay for it, but don't exchange land with their service, with their labor, with its land. So
Okay.
I really want to appreciate the Geographical Development Association, and I think there should be a lemon test for the other people that are facing this problem.
Exactly. Litmus
Let
test.
them use the scenario of the Geographical Development Association to deal with these people. They are our African brothers. But we will not agree for them to just come and, well, because you have a squatter right,
Okay.
you then family to the even you claim that you have 150 acres, giving somebody 50 acres, the farming, 100 acre for you.
Thank you.
I mean, it's not right.
Thank you so much, sir. Let's
So
speak.
let me also appreciate the county authority that were very swift to actually are you to Geographical Development Association. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. T. Dixon Domon, President of the Monrovia chapter of the Jeblocon Development Association. Try calling. Please call back, sir. I want to give you time to participate on the program this afternoon. This is Forest Hour on OKFM 99.5. This story is really, really, enjoyable. It's a good one to tell. And we like the fact that this group, they, engage with this, engage the situation professionally. Let's hear from this other person. Hello? 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 Oh, okay. Let's move on to this other line. Hello? Yeah, let's hear you, sir.
I'm Emmanuel TV, and I join you from the township of West Point, or Matthias. Matthias, let me appreciate my presence in the studio there. Atu is a son of River G.
Okay.
I come from Keribo Kawike, and that is Temple Chabutin.
Okay.
I want to appreciate them very well for the step taking. I think now River G cannot be used as a place to have illegal people that is there and destroying our forest. We are not know what some of these things do Burkina Faso are doing. Tomorrow their population may grow, and at the end of the day, the citizens of River G not be able to stand their attention and lead into a small war or conflict that first around. This is how it begins. Burkina Faso is saying Burkina Faso is developing. Why are the Burkina Faso running away coming to that bureau? I don't understand.
Okay.
So why can't we meet Burkina Faso? Thank you so much for the time given me.
Thank you, my brother. Thanks for your contribution, my brother. Thanks so kindly. Let's hear from this other person. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, fine. Let's hear you, sir. Welcome.
Yeah, Natalia, thanks for picking my call. Anyway, I'm Beto. I'm calling from Beto Allen in Lower Johnsonville. Yeah.
Let's hear you, sir.
Yeah, Natalia, you see similar situation back in the days in Nima that what happened in Grand Gita, or maybe let me say the Southeast. When those people came from Guinea, those that were only laying in Nima country try to, let's say, assist them and give them their spot. At the end of the day, we are seeing what happening in Ganto. Every time the people are claiming land in Ganto, every time they are claiming land in Ganto, in Nima country. Similar situation coming in the Southeast. Government safety and watching, they just looking, without doing anything.
Thank you so much, my brother.
I heard you people lecturing, and then we people talking about someone.
Thank you. Yeah, sorry, sir. I have to end this one and talk to Mr. Dixon. Mr. Dixon is the president of the Joblocon Development Association Monrovia chapter. Mr. Dixon, welcome, sir. Domo, right? Dixon Domo.
Well, Matthias, thank you so much. I highly appreciate the fact that you were able to take our SG in studio.
Welcome,
I also like to appreciate Mr. Wisse for the able way that he was able to represent the association. Truly, the issue of the Buchanan Bee was very serious. We have heard of all the trouble that is around the country. And so when we heard that, he already explained, and we decided to intervene immediately because our community is a very small community. Now, if you have a number of Buchanan Bee, like about the number of 25 persons, that is almost half of the total number of occupants in that town. I talk about households. So some of the things that we were concerned about is to see, the Buchanan Bee overpowering our people. That is to outnumber them, and then you start to have problem. And so we were very, careful to deal with the matter because we know very well asking people to leave your home because you think they pose some trouble. It would not be something that everybody will accept. So when we started to talk to our people, we felt that they were hesitant. And basically because there were some local leaders who are in government who felt that they needed to take advantage of the presence of the Buchanan Bee. And so they were a bit difficult. When we got the government involved, it was very easy for us because the government also understood, because the issue of the Buchanan Bee across Liberia is a national emergency almost. So it was very easy for the superintendent to intervene. And then when we found out that some of the people were resisting, our government decided to swiftly get those people who decided to keep the Buchanan Bee for their own reasons. Even when you heard that they said they fled into the bushes, nobody fled in the bushes. They were all in the town. They just deliberately decided to keep them back and tell government where we can find them. But government were very quick to make sure that they were contacted to make sure those people were brought, forward.
All right.
And the other thing that we want to appreciate is the district of Potupo. I mean, when they heard this, because we made sure that every angle was elected because of the danger that we foresaw. So the elders of the tribe, of the Potupo tribe, met, and they were able to add their voices to the fight, so that we were able to expel those guys out of Joplocon. So we are calling on all of our people to make sure that the fact that we're able to expel those people without major fight, we think we can keep it at that level. We're still not giving up. We want to make sure that every screw is tightened, that those people are not going to return to Joplocon.
Thank you so much, Mr. President.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Right. Let's move on to this other person. This is how to handle situations. So, is it kind words drive wrath when someone is angry? Just be calm. Let's hear from this person. Yeah. Hello.
Hello, Madam. Good evening.
Let's hear you, sir.
Thank you. Segun Fofana is money in Doe community.
Let's hear you from Doe community.
Madam Ali Baji Faji went to that Soto Queen. There is 10 man on the board is on my the money same water.
we call all EPA up to now the executive director now look to it. That never released a year today saying that the church and Moshe the prayer what we can be calling for in the money they can be posted to you be pray the vote another. That's why he lying. If you don't know the word the more money say every day to our place we will call it. As soon as they go 1 or 2 days they post to the people when you see they give the start in that way that the religion you know that you want carry.
Okay, they want a different story. All right, we heard about the same money thing. The information is out already. Government, APA, be aware. The brother just reported that. Let's hear you, sir.
Hello.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, Sam Andrew, the issue of
I'm not Sam Andrews. I don't keep you there. Hello. All right. Let's talk to 2 more persons. Hello. Yeah, let's hear you, sir.
Okay, so my name is Charles Eric Chopley. And I've been someone with a G, particularly the Dubuque town.
Okay, let's
and
hear you.
Call to have a voice, the many voices, and say, listen, we are saying no to Burkina Beach in our town. That's why we don't team with all organizations. You can hire for the Chapoken Development Association.
Okay.
So the team there, and they brought back to us a result. We're going to work along with it, working with our legal counsel and make sure these people leave our town. We're not registered our land. We're not giving it our police. We want our forest to be reserved. When our children, and our parents will make the park only for us. So we don't want any interference. We don't want Burkina Beach. We ask the government, the superintendent, all of them to move in safety and make sure the people leave our town.
All right.
It's a peaceful place. We don't want any noise in our country.
Absolutely.
So we from Chapoken Development Association, we say no, we want Burkina Beach anymore in our town. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That place is a very peaceful place. It's one of the areas that empowered me when I was in grade school. I had to go do small gold mining somewhere around the Francis Taylor village.
Was it legal?
Yeah, I don't know. I was picking out illegal. Yeah, around the Francis Taylor village, around Bapo Car Weekend. Yeah, there were. This last person. Hello.
Hello, my brother. How you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Elijah Cooper from Mozzarella.
Go ahead.
I think you listen to the guy like they still get listen to him. Then they made a big man from that river. That's what this thing area call in there another statement, different statement. This thing, that man who run our whole place. Burkina be the medicine they get.
The people say the thing resolve. I know why I want me the thing low level say they post for it in Burkina. They both resolve the matter.
My brother, that thing is serious, my brother.
And we hear anytime it disturb them is a wizard government number. By the time it disturb them, they'll come with alarm on it again. Small. At least the way they handle the way they handle their stuff is better. Yeah, thank you. The last person here. Hello. The operation fail here. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Let's hear you, sir.
Yeah, the issue of Burkina Faso being the have forward, very comfortable shift and village. But I never said to the student, saying they have resolved the issue. I beg that should not happen again. So I can report in Ghana 2016. 4,000 children hungry, 4,000 Chinese were deported from the Burma. I'm saying you legal issue 2013 you do a research. And they happened there in Ghana 2016 according to the years. You see, this is not right. Why should probably come to our problem? They get to our Burma and Alberta sector and be as such.
Okay.
So thanks to the student guys.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Hello? Okay. All right. Thanks for your contribution. And that's what Mr. Wisa said. I mean, they may give you, the football analyst will tell you play-by-play description on how the whole situation was handled. Mr. Wisa, how would you like to close, sir?
All right. Thank you. And I would like to appreciate the callers. I know some of them have different view on this matter. But the fact is that we were able to arrest the situation by working in collaboration with our local government, with support, from our people, even in Juproken and even in Robert Jean and Charlie. I am not saying that no Burkina Bees in River G, but the segment, the area in which they had gone in our area,
right, we
were able to get it out of there. And we'd like to encourage the government of Liberia, to put mechanisms into place, especially for our porous borders, so that people who come into our country, illegally, especially Burkina Bees. We don't hate Burkina Bees. And also, like we said to our people in Japan, we support the idea that people get involved into farming. But if you want to get involved into farming, every business venture required, it has its labor implication. It means that you gotta hire people and pay them, money. But you don't hire them and give them land, give them assets in return. So this is what we detest categorically, that if you want to get involved into bringing Burkina Bees and give the land, we categorically go against you. We will not support that.
Thank you so much. He's Mr. Alpha Wisa. Alpha Wisa is the Secretary General of the Jablokon Development Association. Joy, how would you like to close?
So, why they have people that are working towards fixing the problems, we have the desperate ones that are there to cause more troubles. One of the things that puzzle me is, imagine forging a signature because you want to do something crazy, Matthias. That is off. We beg you, my people, we should join hands to be able to solve this matter and not the other way around. Greed cannot solve anything. Secondly, Matthias, when I have a document in a country, I will manage my actions in that country. If I don't have a document, I can behave wayward and nobody will know.
Exactly.
So documenting the Burkina Bees, that's a yes for us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And that's all the time we have for today's edition of the program Forest Hour on OKFM 99.5. This program is brought to you by the Liberia Forest Media Watch, with sponsorship from the European Union through the French Development Agency in Simempo in Finland. My name is Matthias Labindi. I'm always here with Joy Madiemo. Today, we're privileged to speak with the Secretary General of the Jablokon Development Association. Join us again next Thursday for another fascinating edition